Hey guys, what's up? Okay, so I'm having a very interesting social dilemma recently. I've, you know, I've always been weird about the term passing because it feels like it implies that you're posing. But I use that word because that's what people can relate to what you're saying when you use that word. So I use it, and yeah, I just for conversation purposes. On Xbox Live, when you talk, when you chat online, they don't see you. They don't. There's no webcam ability. It's just your voice. So I'm getting read as a young teenage boy, particularly a 14-year-old, and which is funny because I feel like I'm 14 again. One thing in particular that happened was an old schoolmate of mine who was like a couple years younger than me. I met up with him again through a mutual friend on Xbox Live. We were playing Halo Reach, and later on I asked that mutual friend. He said that, oh, do you remember Kai from so and so class? And I'm like, yeah. Like, oh, so and so is him. So the next time I ran into Kai online, I asked him, like, oh, do you know who this is? And he's like, no, not really. And I told him, do you remember so-and-so from a certain grade level class? And he's like, yeah. I was like, well, that's me, except my name is Cyrus. And I sound different because I've been on testosterone for almost 4 months, so I probably sound like a little kid, like a little boy. And he's like, yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. I was wondering why Brian is being a pedophile and hanging out with these 14-year-old boys. So I'm getting read as a young guy, and it's okay because I feel that way. I've always felt like a boy in my heart, in my mind, mainly because I wasn't allowed to develop that aspect of myself into becoming a man, because there was this little boy trapped in a female body, and that female body ended up developing into this woman type body. And so it's like this permanent, it's almost like a Peter Pan complex, where you always feel like the internal boy, the internal youth. Except I do want to grow up. That little boy always wanted to grow up and wanted to be a man, but he couldn't because he was trapped in a female body. And so, but now he can, and now I get to grow up for real this time, instead of as a female bodied person. Yeah, I really wish I could have top surgery already. I really wish I could. But yeah, social awkwardness. I've always been socially awkward. I've had friends, growing up, but they didn't really know me. I always felt alone. I felt like a loner in my heart, even if I could be surrounded by a whole bunch of people, but inside I would feel so very alone. And I'm feeling less and less of that. But I've always been a homebody. But it's becoming more and more so. Like, I don't stay after work. I don't hang out with my coworkers because I feel awkward. I feel like the token tranny there. I feel like the token freak or the token weirdo. And I feel like I'm getting stared at by some of the regulars at my job, and I hate it. If any of you guys watch The L Word, Moira or Max, there are scenes where they would show him being paranoid about what his coworkers would say, or the things that they could potentially be saying to him. And I feel that way sometimes. I feel like this paranoia about people talking smack behind my back, or people just saying, oh, yeah, that weird one over there, yeah, that one's actually a girl, but she thinks she's a guy. She's doing all this stuff. Like, I don't think people are doing. Part of me is saying that they're not. It's just that it feels so like I'm being looked at under a bug in the microscope, and people are saying stuff, and I don't know what they're saying. The only reason why I know people are saying stuff is that people that I didn't out myself to, they already know. They call me Cyrus, and even though I didn't tell them that was what my name was. So I know people talk. Hawaii is this is a small island. This is a small community, and I know people talk, and that was one of the reasons why I was scared about doing this. It's the way that people will talk, and that's why I'd rather be home doing my own thing. But playing on Halo, I love being part of the guys, being one of the guys, being treated like an awkward little boy, but still as a boy. Like, they would not have any inkling about my past. And that's fine. That's what I want it to be. It's just, what am I going to do if I ever feel the need to tell them, or if they ever find out about me? Because I want to further, the LGBT cause. I want to increase the visibility of the trans-masculine community here in Hawaii, because it's so small. And I know there's a lot of trans guys, but I know there's probably a bunch of them that are hella stealth. And then there's a bunch of guys who don't know, who are without information. And I want to do something about that. I feel like I should. That it would be a good thing for me to do. But in the meantime, I feel lost, awkward, which is still better than being lost and awkward the first time around. Adolescence, going through adolescence twice sucks, but at least I know this time around it will come out to my benefit instead of to my detriment. So any help, tips, advice you guys have, the whole man handshake greeting thing, I'm still negotiating that. Been trying to watch how I say things, because I used to male bash a whole lot pre-T, because I felt like if I couldn't be respected or seen as a guy, I might as well call them out on their BS. There's a lot of things that I'm trying to cope with. So anything you guys have, any tips of advice would be great. Thanks for watching. Thanks to all new subscribers. Again, it means a lot to me that you guys want to see what I'm going through and learn more about me and all this stuff. So thank you. Cool. And everyone else who are still on their channels, working, going through their transitions, good luck, and take care to everyone.